Building in The Sims using only base game can be quite boring after a little while. So today we're starting a new building series where we're gonna be building houses using only base game and one CC collection. Changing it up at each build, you're gonna get to see a lot of new ways to improve your build and not even have to pay money for it. And that's what we're all about. And today's content creator is going to be a Pierisim, and we're going to be only using their MCM collection. Obviously, everything for you to download is going to be in the description. Now, bear with me, I haven't been building in The Sims for a long time, so I did do the base of this house by myself. And maybe we're not in a base game world, but that does not matter. This is a 20 by 20 lot, and you're gonna be able to place this house down wherever you like. And this is it from the back. I struggled so much. Building this house took me like 4 hours. Crazy. And we are really lucky to start with the MCM pack because they have windows and doors. This collection literally have everything we need. It's the perfect start to this series. We have a gorgeous doors, and I think we're gonna go with a double of this one. Oops, for our entry. We're gonna choose the official colors later. I'm gonna go with this light wood tone for now. And for windows over here, we need beautiful windows. We have these, amazing. This one actually looks really good right there. Let's pop this here. And what if we get funky on top and assemble 2 windows like this, get something a little bit different? I feel like it already looks so good. This is why I love CC, especially when the content is free. It's such an easy way to have a build look just gorgeous. Now this over here, I'm pretty sure is going to be the kitchen. So we're gonna get some elongate windows like this so we can have our contours underneath. And we have this green space where we can add hedges and make it look super clean, but still really lush. This spot right here is screaming for a big window, but I think that we could assemble 2 again and it would look gorgeous. And it does. Let me get another one of these windows over here, and I will leave the rest of it blank for now. It's already looking so good. Over here is screaming for a double window. This room is gonna have beautiful lighting inside. And over here, I'm thinking just a small one. Love the asymmetry. I'm thinking this wall has to stay blank, and I was actually picturing some trees all along here to get a little bit more lush. We can add a couple more doors downstairs, and let's try adding windows on both sides. I don't know if it's too much. I kind of like it. We'll have to see from the inside. I've added 2 more windows right here, and window wise, I think we are looking really good. So this is our floor plan for downstairs, and going upstairs, this is what it looks like, and this is a floor plan. And this collection, let me tell you, has a lot of things. It's so fun. There's so many cabinets and stuff. I don't really know where I want to start. Maybe by adding doors. So I'll pick just the same one. It just looks too good, and this way we're keeping it with the CC and just do simple archways to go into the kitchen and the living room. Upstairs, we need a first door right here, an archway over here, and I'm leaving space because this would be a good like desk nook. We're gonna get a door to the bathroom here and a door to the bedroom right there. And I feel like this might be the main bedroom because they could have a really nice ensuite right there. But now to the really fun part, and there is no better way to start than in the kitchen. And honestly, this place right here, perfect place for a fridge, and this pack even comes with a fridge, and it's a built-in one. Look how many swatches there is. I'm gonna fall off my chair. You would never see this in the base game. I'm feeling a really like cozy house. As you saw, it's like a beachy modern house. Color scheme on point. That's so pretty. And it honestly looked like it could be base game. We have a beautiful pantries, open door cabinet. Now, unfortunately in this kitchen, we cannot use the upper cabinet because it's gonna look a little silly on top of there. But I wanted to have shelving, and this piece, if this is not exactly what we need. And now that we have all of these pieces in, we can get a beautiful tall cabinet over here. And And why not even make it taller by placing another one on top, getting a lot of height over here. And I'm honestly thinking of doing the exact same thing on top of the fridge. And I know it's not going to be functional, but having a bunch of shelves over here to kind of close this in, we're just getting that little bit more wood, and it kind of connects everything together. Okay, now we have all of our basic pieces, and I feel like the one that is clipping right here should be where we place our stove. Oh, I removed counters, but they go inside of it. Shut the hell up, obviously. So why not get a little double action right here? Fits so nicely. And do we just keep the white to have it be really minimal? I do like it. I do think it looks nice. And we obviously have sinks. Yes. Now to the dining room, which is gonna be in the exact same space. I kind of really want a big table like so. And the chairs, excuse me, are stunning. I think I might contrast just a little bit. Yeah, contrast with white. But like, it's fighting me so hard to not just get like a wood tone. We could go a little bit lighter to not get too repetitive. But this just looks so good, and we could break it up with a rug. And we could get green. That could be a really nice way to get a little more colors. We have some really nice wall light. Let me look at the clutter. And obviously it just slots so nicely one next to each other. And obviously to get more green, we need plants. And I'm going quite minimal with the decoration. It's on purpose. And obviously this is also base game, so we can add a little bit of base game clutter all around, but still leaving it quite neutral. Let's get a beautiful big piece of art on this wall with an amazing light on top. If this does not look so good, excuse me, that's perfect. Perfection right there. Oh, this one, Gorgina, love it. And let's get a small table with another beautiful lamp by the door. For the bathrooms, we're gonna stay with the same colors, going with this stand-up sink. He's like a little comedian. And we obviously have a beautiful toilet as well, so let's pop that right there. And it wouldn't be a complete bathroom without its toilet paper. And let's try to get another piece of art on this wall, again with a light. And ooh, we have nice mirrors. This fancy shenanigan could go right there. It does look really nice and fancy. Perfect. Simple little bathroom. And maybe to spice it up, we would need a good wallpaper. And we are in luck because yes, this collection also comes with some wallpaper and flooring. So we need to pop that in. And instantly with the green wall, it just pulled everything together. There is not much to do in the entryway. I'm gonna take another simple table, get this right there. Actually, I found this one and it kind of fits perfectly. And we could get a bit more green in here with this. So I think we would need a mirror on top of here. So let's get this one. It is a little big, but still fits. So we're fine. Then you would come down the stairs and would need a place to store your clothes. And this fits nicely under our staircase. So let's tuck that in and we can get a smaller piece right next to it and get some clothes inside. I'm also adding, we cannot really see, but this small little light. And obviously we need it in green. Now I'm really feeling the living room. So we're gonna go into the living room. And oh my god, I was wondering if there was a fireplace, and there is. Now I know that like this is more of a beach house, but wouldn't it look so good with a fireplace? Oh, and we can get it in this like beautiful green swatch. Are you kidding me? That's literally perfect. And have you seen how gorgeous this is? And we have a bunch of different like options, but I will stick with the neutral for now. We have another like little living space to do upstairs, so we're gonna be able to use like these little seating. And now would it be too much to also have this in green, but like kind of a different shade, darker, like so? And we have this that could act as a half wall behind our sofa to get some delimitation between the two space. And behind this big empty wall is screaming for art. So let's do a couple of these pieces again with not the same light. You know what? With this light in between this time. And if we remove the ceiling light, okay, it becomes way too dark. Let's keep the ceiling lights. But now let's change this to have, oh, that's gorgeous. And maybe a more muted one like this. That's a good symbol. I like this. Going back to here, do we have a TV? We don't. So let's use a base game TV. And for this fancy house, we need the fancy TV. Now let's see, because I am really liking this black color. But are we getting like too far away from our base of being really like in the muted tones? You know what? I prefer the kitchen a lot more. Maybe we should focus on these tones and add green another way, because I do feel like we are like kind of missing some warmth over here. So let's get more of this in. Getting a more like beigey browny couch and a green rug to tie it back to this area. I'm not sure about the color of these. I kind of like the dark brown. I think it looks nice. And then the fireplace, I'm honestly not sure. Maybe we should keep fireplace for upstairs, because we could probably get just like 3 cabinets. Would it be too much? It would look good. We just have to squeeze the door. We can totally make that fit. And now I feel like we have more of the wood tone, and it does feel a bit better. We could also just have like a full-on wood wall behind the TV. We have these amazing coffee tables. This way we can get even more wood in. This plant fits so nicely there. Oh my god, this is huge. Could this go? Oh, this could go upstairs in like the balcony. Yeah, that's a nice idea. We could even maybe size this one up and place it over here. Nice. Keeping it a pretty minimalist in here. This is what we have for our living room. Now would be a good time to do the office, but we do not have custom content for the office, so I'll use just a normal table that I will fit in the back here. But they do have a chair, so we're gonna use a chair, and I'm gonna stick with beige for now, keeping it quite simple. We could also get ourselves another wood paneling like this, but this time I will finish it up with a shelf like this. I will add 3 shelves on this side like this, because in the clutter category, the bookshelf category, we do have some books, so we have things to clutter however we'd like. With these books, we decide, whoops, where they go. This also comes with a computer that looks absolutely stunning. I'll make it all black, back into base game, because I want to be using this lamp. I feel like it's the perfect cozy vibes that we need. And I also want to be looking at the clutter we have, like books and stuff. This way we can clutter the desk a little bit more, and I just love it. Going back to our wall patterns, this office is literally screaming for a good accent wall. Just don't want to go too crazy, so I'm gonna do like all of the back space like this in this beautiful greenish wall. And the only thing we need would be like a small rug under your little feet, your little toesies, so you don't get cold, and this could be green. In this corner of the office, I set up this lamp, and now we can look a little bit more at the chairs we have. This one could add a really nice funky little pattern. Let's see the swatches. So there is like basic swatches, but excuse me, this is literally perfect. And we can have like the smallest side table to it, and we also have a cute little mug in this content. And you know what? I think we even deserve a feet rest. The only missing piece to our office would be some curtains. This way I think we could also get a bit of the green. Gorgeous! So I quickly finished up the downstairs just to get a little hang of the pack, and this way it's a little faster. I don't like doing like 40 minutes videos. So we have a little teen bedroom right here, and we have a bathroom right there. But don't worry, we have 2 more bathrooms to do together, and we have 2 more bedrooms. So you did not miss much. We are going to get over all of these things right now. So I've looked through our entire catalog of base game and the MCM collection, and I've just placed a bunch of items kind of everywhere that I think would fit nicely. So let's figure out room by room what we're gonna do with this space, starting with this little hallway over here, where I thought we could do some sort of a symbol of these cabinets, get a light on top and a shelf where we can add a bunch of books. It's gonna look really cute. We're gonna fill the entire space space, leaving just a tiny gap for a plant, you guessed it. And it is looking quite fancy. Now we are going to have a kid in this house, so let's get a giant blarfy right there and just some more kid clutter on the wall. Over here, I would like for it to be like a familial place to use the computer because we have one downstairs, but I am imagining downstairs more like a official office. I am using mostly the custom content, even though I could be using kind of everything from the base game, because to me this is what is the most fun, is to discover like all of these items and try to find different ways of going around and placing things and see what could look best. So for our little nook when we come upstairs, this is what we would have. Now moving on to the second living room. I got this really nice cabinet piece that honestly I think we could squeeze right there. I got a couple of poofs out because they look really cute. Not in this color. I mean, they look cute in this color, but not for our build. I'm gonna get some nice little patterns on these. Now we already have one, but might be good to have a second television. When you have multiple Sims, it's nice for them to have things to do like all around the house. In this little cabinet here, we're gonna add some music. I got this kind of art sculpture out so we could place this on this cabinet combined with a cute plant to bring some greenery in. And let's make this a darker wood so it kind of step out a little bit. And we could add a couple of sconces next to each door. Now this, I was thinking it could be nice to have a bit more space to store things, but we could have one that has its door open, which could be even more fun and interesting. So I assembled two of these kitchen pieces together, and now this wall right here is screaming for a piece of art. I'm sorry, I'm using the same one again. I have to. This way we can really... This way we can see a bunch of the different pieces and a bunch of different ways to use it. And even though it's the same piece of art throughout the house, we still get a kind of really different feel everywhere we go because there is so many swatches. Now moving on to our main bedroom. I would like to have the bed centered like that under our window with nightstands on each side. Now we do have this little gap right here, so we could either throw like one of like these pieces in, or we could just put a plant in the corner. We did use this big one outside, but sized down twice, it does fit nicely in the room. I am not against the little bit of greenery it adds. Now in here we can try and add some blinds, as if the blinds could be pulled across. And let's try and go blue in this bedroom because we do have some really nice blues in this pack, and we have like different swatches, so you can mix and match between like the lighter and the darker to get a matchy but not too matchy style. And I think it could be a fun and useful thing to have a ceiling fan, and it does add a little something. Now on this corner, I don't know if we would have enough space to add some sort of wardrobe. I think we do, and I will obviously test everything out before sharing it with you so that when you download the house you know that it is fully functional, because this does look like a tight squeeze to me. Let's add a couple more pieces of art to this wall, but bring the blue in, and this way we get to see different ones. I'll go with these two. For the bedside lamp, I will go with this one. Now I've put the feet like blue, but I think we're gonna go black just to get something a little bit different. And we do have a little bit of black there, so that's good. I also pulled out this chair. I love the design of it, and it's always useful to have a chair in your bedroom so you can throw the clothes you're done wearing but not quite done wearing yet. And now would be a good time to crack the base game and get a cozy pillow on this chair, and we gotta make it blue. I'll add a simple cork board right here and just another light on top to get a really pretty lighting in the bedroom, and that would probably be it for the master bedroom. Let's get our little kids bedroom done, and then we will only have the bathroom bathrooms to do, and the inside of the house is gonna be complete. So we could use this 2 wide space for this double wardrobe, and I just sized down some clothing, and they just look like some cute little gentleman clothes. So adorable. We got a toy box, and honestly the wood matches so well, but I think I want to go with yellows in this room for a bit of fun. And we do have a bunch of kids that come in yellow, so we're lucky. I just think it's such a nice healthy color. I wanted to use this bed, but there is only a double bedding available and not a single one, so we'll have to use base game for this. Let's try to figure out a cute bed. Now that's a little bit intense. Maybe without the dollhouse we could make that work. And let's try and add more things so it doesn't look like this crazy and the proportionate. I think a big rug in the middle of this space is nice, and let's make it yellow. Let's go all out. Let's make it yellow. Let's use a scientist table right here and use the bookshelf to create a separation between the two. And now if we do that, we need a fire alarm in the bedroom, because you know your kid is gonna put everything on fire. Honestly, I was kind of trying this for funsies, but this piece, La Vida en Color, that is literally 5 simoleons, looks really good for a kid's bedroom. Now, I don't know for our house, but in general, honestly, they look good. Now, it might be a bit too much, but let me see if these paintings have a nice yellow swatch. That's kind of like orangish. That's not really the vibe, honestly. So let's see what we have with base game. This dinosaur picture, I have never seen this piece of art before. Kind of a slave. Really like it. Now, I think it's my first time doing a kid's bedroom like this yellow, but don't mind me. I'm not mad about it. I feel like one of these in a kid's bedroom would be so comfy, but it looks really big, so I'm kind of scared they're not gonna fit in here. Maybe if we put it in the corner like that, and we could stick the lamp right next to it. Now onto our bed space. We need some bedside tables, and I might just use the one we're using again because it looks nice and it matches with everything else. Let me get a cute little yellow sucker lamp, and then what if we check everything that is yellow in our decor and see what we can add. Honestly, sunflowers, I love these cute little pictures. Could go on top of here. That looks kind of out of place. I'll put it there. Ooh, that's fun. That's way too high. This is a fun little yellow mirror. And do we have one in orange? We do, because we could do a little combination. If I press 9, I can get one a little bit higher and get a double mirror going on like that. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay, filtering by color is working. There's this cute little teddy bear. Let's put him right here. He could totally have a couple of car toys on his dresser like this. Cute. Oh, we have this vase that I have not used. We could put it on the floor right here as a little decoration. It's not bad. I kind of like it. Let's make it black to make it pop. Let's get some cute books, and I think that would probably do it for our kids' bedroom. I added just a couple of pillows, and I think that's it. Now we have 2 bathrooms to do, and these are quite forward. It's a bathroom. It's not really hard to do, but we have some beautiful pieces to work with, starting with these sink. Excuse me, they are gorgeous, and we could get this kind of creamy color with a beautiful muted gold. Same thing for our toilet and our bath. Let's pop that in. We'll switch the towel rack, toilet paper, and this toilet rack is no, that's not a toilet rack. This towel rack looks so freaking good. Let's get a big mirror in here. And now I'm not the biggest fan of these colors, but honestly the classic ones like this are so pretty. I did get another painting right here where we could come with maybe just a little bit of black. We haven't used the black yet. Adding a light on top. I will also add a light right here because we're gonna get a shelf or 2. On top of here, we can get these vase in black and white, black and green. Ooh, orange and black. That's nice. Get another one of these, but make it way smaller. And then we get a little trio right here. Just make it, I'll make it gray. We could get this vase over here, just sizing it down. It does have a really interesting shape. We'll make it black, and I'm just getting a couple more things to clutter the shelf, and I think I'm gonna double on the towel racks. Now we'll need a bath mat. I'm gonna place it where our sinks are, and let's make it black. And we do have some bottles of like shampoo and stuff, so we can add a couple of these in white and beige. And on the sink we could get a cream, making it red. And if we go back into into base game, we can get a tissue box, some soap, and the toothbrushes. Really important. And that would be it for our ensuite bathroom. I just haven't changed the walls yet, so we're gonna go downstairs and look at the wallpapers we have again. Let's look at the wallpapers we have. There's a plain one and one with more like bigger tiles, and we could get like the black in. That's gorgeous. And I think I'm gonna use this same flooring as downstairs. Oh, it looks sweet. Let's get the same flooring over here and see what other walls we could be using. I think I might stick with the black again. I will double on the different type of walls, so we have a more of a wood paneling, and where the shower is going to be is more of this concrete type. I already got some things ready for us. Let's just move this across. We can get our little basin right there, and let's really go crazy and go all black with a hint of gold for this bath. There is some shower screens, and I'm wondering if I take one that's too big and I size it down, could it act like as an open door? Doesn't clip through the walls. Now we're just gonna have to check out if our Sims can get in and out, and we can make it like frosted. That's nice. Okay, I hope this works. I can move the towel just a little bit too. And then we need a mirror. Would have loved to use this one again though. Maybe we'd have to do a different towels for this, because this way I can get this beautiful mirror, and let's just customize ourselves a little vanity with a counterpiece like this, and we can get maybe a little bit of wood. And I'm just gonna get a regular sink like this one in black. I feel like it fits with the rest of what we have, or maybe this one, it's kind of more greeny. Ooh, this one I think is better. Yeah, that's sweet. And we can get some lighting on top. You already know the one I'm using. And let's get a towel ready right here when you get out of the shower. It's a robe, but whatever. And now we need a little bath mat. I'm gonna size this one down a lot and place it just right here. And I'm gonna use this darker woven color, and that would be it for our third bathroom and the entire interior. Ooh, I feel like over here curtains could look nice. Wait, we have blinds like this, or we have this beautiful curtain piece, and we can make it go all the way across with these curtain pieces. And let's get a nice darker color in here. It just ties the whole room together. It's a lot better. So that would be it for our entire interior. We have the upstairs, and then going down, this is what we have. I'm honestly in love with, I think my favorite room is the kitchen by far. I think we did really good for the first like 3 rooms. I love the color scheme, but then I wanted to try some different things and incorporate a bit more of the base game. So that's why we have a bit more of the base game upstairs. I do think that it is still really cohesive all together, and I am so happy with how this turned out. And I think it does prove a point. Building with CC do be a lot better, and it's free. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more of this building series, and I will gladly do so. Also consider subscribing if you're not already, and join our growing family. And on that note, I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!